All right, so I'm Dan Woike, the LA Times, here for the debut episode of Cold Hard Cash, a game show that I developed while drunk and that Cole Aldrich was bored enough to decide to do.
And I think we still are, right?
We're on our way. We're joined by, obviously, NBA legend Cole Aldrich and NBA Reading legend Sam Amick, the first contestant on Cold Hard Cash.
Danny, Cole, thanks for having me, boys. Cole, I can't compete with that pool of wine that you have, but we got a little Moscow Mule going, so we're good.
Did your neighbor drop that off?
Yeah. I had to make this one myself, but it's funny. Cole, Dan knows all about it. I have a neighbor who delivers drinks on a very routine basis. True story, like 5 seconds ago, he informed me that he was waiting outside to have beverages, so he's going to have to wait for a few minutes. Yeah.
You got some really
good neighborhood. It's a good neighborhood, yeah.
Club Quarantine. I have a AleSmith IPA from San Diego that was gifted to me at some point, and it was in my fridge.
Nice.
I will drink that. Hopefully that'll last us here through the game. So the way this is going to work, we have 3 rounds of trivia questions. I texted you both and gave you a myriad, I thought, of options, 3 each. For categories.
Don't use big words.
And you guys have picked which categories you wanted. Since Cole is the namesake of the show, since he was bored enough to agree to do this, we're going to go with Cole's category first. The first category, Sam, because Cole is a college basketball legend too. Do you know this? He had a triple-double.
Did you really? Kansas days. Wow.
Did, yeah.
Impressive.
All right. Since that happened, Cole, you picked Final Fours as a category.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yep.
So I went back to. Oh, I wish I would have looked up the year that I went back to. Okay. So there have been 25 different teams who have made the Final Four. I think since like 2010. Okay.
Okay.
And you're just going to go back and forth, and you're going to name teams that made the Final Four. All right. You can each miss twice. You miss a third time, you're out. All right. We got the rules.
Yeah.
Man, this is rigged. You bring an NBA guy on to talk NCAA. What the hell?
And anytime you get something wrong, you have to take a sizable drink. All right.
I just want to let everybody know that I am drinking the Boda box as a so-called connoisseur of wine.
Okay. Is it called a box?
Now I am on the box.
I was going to say that.
Can't start with the box. You got to drink the nice bottle, and then you get to the box.
I would just take it. Do you have it out of the box and just into the bag?
It is
you
actually
ditched the
on
box.
the bag on the countertop right now.
Yeah.
No lie.
Amazing. Classy stuff. All right, Cole, let's go first. All right. Final 4 teams of the last decade. I think it's the last decade. I'm not 100% sure. But
I'll start her off with Kansas.
Kansas has never made a Final Four ever. Incorrect. No, you are correct. Kansas has made 2 Final Fours in our time period. Sam, you're up.
Kentucky. Shout out Mr. Calipari.
Kentucky is the leader, 4 Final Fours. All right, Cole.
You said the last decade.
Yeah, do you guys need the year? You guys need the years on this, probably?
Well, I mean,
all right, hold on.
We have to. There's a few in my mind that.
I mean, it's not all time. This is was a little frantic in putting this together here. Let's see here.
This is like a quick Wikipedia.
Yeah, if you see my left hand moving rapidly on the other computer here.
That's okay. And like here, let's address the Wikipedia thing in the room here. Let's be gentlemen. All right.
Let's do it. Yep.
I'm gonna say Virginia. Virginia
is correct.
Louisville.
Those are both correct.
Michigan State.
Attaboy. That is correct. Hold on, let me catch up here. Louisville. And we had Sam, what was the other one you said? Virginia is off the board. Okay.
I said, Louisville. Cole said Michigan State. Michigan.
Michigan is correct.
There we go.
Here, I can do this. Let's do this here as a way to give you guys a reference point here. Okay, yeah. It goes back to, I will give you 2 teams, all right? It goes back to the Duke-Butler final that year. So Duke and Butler are off the board. That's the fun.
Thanks for sharing those.
I just said Duke, but okay.
Okay.
So this is where it gets fun.
We have Duke, Butler, Michigan State, Kentucky, Kansas, Louisville, and Michigan and Virginia.
Golly, you're really stretching it for me. I'm thinking of all these teams that haven't been in there for a while.
There's some pretty easy ones. For a guy in glasses, you're not being very smart right now.
I was
the guy who
All-American of the Year, Dan. Thank you very much. I have my plaque over here. There it is. It's right here.
While Cole comes up with his team, I have, since we're doing the acknowledging of elephants in the room, Dan, I got to just give you some love for this combo look you have. I'm thinking it's like a Tony Hawk, Ron Jeremy thing.
Tony Jeremy, guys. That's what I'm going for.
You ride a longboard too?
I just don't want any random kids coming up to me, so the mustache takes care of that.
All right. Since I've done enough
filibustering, yes. This is good TV right now.
Golly.
Do you want to take a strike? Are you taking a strike?
No, I can't take a strike. I'm going to go with, well, George Mason's way before that. VCU's before that too, so Butler. You haven't said Butler yet, so
I did say
wasn't Butler was off the board. Cole, strike one.
I gave you Butler. Is that your guess? Butler, the one I already gave you? Okay, well, that was already given to you, so you have a strike.
Well, right. Let this be known that I was winning for a hot minute because it's not going to last very long.
All right, Sam.
So a West Coast-centric guy, I'm sitting here trying to think of anybody from the old Pac-12 squad that got in there. Did we see a Washington at some point?
We did not. That is a strike for Sam.
Ooh, I got one. UConn.
That is a very good guess. That is correct.
We said Virginia, correct?
Yes, we did.
We said Kentucky. We said Duke. We said UConn. I'm just going to go top of mind. Is there a Seton Hall in there?
No.
Like going old school.
Like in 1988.
Age reference. I told you, I'm not good on the college game.
Okay. All right.
Arizona?
No, you're wrong too.
I didn't make it.
So let's just pause here. You guys both have 2 strikes.
Yep.
What's fun about this,
it should be two air balls.
What's fun about this, guys, is I conceived of a trivia show with Cole Aldrich, having no idea if Cole Aldrich is good at trivia. I didn't even know. I was just guessing.
This was the better of the categories that we chose.
We're off to a great start. All right, Sam, it's up to you to keep your game alive.
Arizona.
No, someone just guessed that. You guessed that a second ago.
Did he?
Cole did. Way to pay attention. You're out.
Damn it.
All right, and Cole, you went first, so that is a success.
Texas hadn't been in it.
That is a correct. That is a win for Cole Aldrich. Cole, say your catchphrase.
The Aldrich get Aldricher.
All right, Sam, you dopes missed. All right.
What?
You missed VCU. Was correct.
Cole said VCU. Yeah.
No, he talked himself out of it. Ohio State.
Oh.
You missed Syracuse.
Oh,
you missed Wichita State. You missed Florida, Wisconsin, NCAA champion Villanova, NCAA champion North Carolina, Oklahoma, Gonzaga, Oregon, South Carolina, Loyola, Texas Tech, and Auburn. You scrubs.
Wow.
Well, I knew you were going to.
Programs just aren't cut out for the Final Four every year.
You just can't just say Kansas over and over and over again.
They're no Seton Hall. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, good guess, Sam. Sam, okay, we're going to go to your categories here for round 2. All right. I suggested, Sam, what did I pitch you? I pitched you movies. I pitched you
movies, coaches.
And the third one. What's the third one?
Hold on. Let me check your text.
It was I don't remember.
Movies, coaches, and adult cartoons, which I didn't know if you meant like Simpsons or like X-rated stuff here.
Like adult cartoons. I did mean like the Simpsons.
Quarantine is getting real for Dan.
All right. No, I meant NBA coaches. And it made me think of maybe my favorite NBA parlor trick of all time that I can talk about while recorded is Jamal Crawford's name all the coaches I've ever played for trick. Cole, have you ever seen him do this? You're a two-time Jamal teammate.
I am.
Jamal Crawford has played for 19 coaches.
19?
Holy smokes.
In the National Basketball Association. Famously, once while with the Clippers, was asked to name them during his halftime walk-off interview. I think at the time it was 17, and he ripped through them in like 28 seconds. Okay? Cole, how many coaches have you played for?
6.
You know all of them.
Yeah, I know all of them.
Okay.
You
The
need
question-
me to, well, maybe a 7th. I can
Okay,
name all of them if you want.
Well, we'll get to it because you
Okay.
you might want to save a couple of those because we are going to name. Sam, what's
I
your
was gonna say
suggestion?
we should flip it because I cheated and I wanted to remind myself of Cole's many NBA stops. So my eyes are going to Cole's Wikipedia file over here.
So you have 2 of them?
Two of what?
I've only prepared 3. No, we're doing this one. You can just be.
No, I was just saying we were trying to name. Oh, this is the actual question.
The question is no. The question is who
Okay.
are the 19 coaches that Jamal
go ahead.
Crawford played for? As many as you
Jesus
can go
Christ,
back
man.
and forth. That's not that hard.
Okay, can I go first?
Sam,
It is pretty hard.
It is not. You don't have to name all 19. You're going to have to name based on what we saw
Okay.
last round. You
All
might
right.
only have to get 3.
Man, and Jamal and I are good, so he's gonna watch this. I got to do him proud. So this
Okay.
is, all right, we'll give it a shot.
All right, let's go. Sam, you're up first.
I'm taking the easy one, Doc Rivers.
Okay, that is correct.
Vinny Del Negro?
That is absolutely correct.
Let's keep it chronological. What was he there? Vinny. I'm gonna go old school. Was he a Nate McMillan?
He was an Nate McMillan.
Guy?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Tom Thibodeau.
That is correct.
Oh, I remember that because quick side story. I cover the Warriors T-Wolves preseason game in China, and I don't want to betray any Jamal Crawford confidences, but I just remember checking in with Jamal in training camp and asking him how it was going. And Tom Thibodeau has a certain reputation, so I remember that he was a little tired.
How long
that
was Jamal's
particular
hair at the
Glass
time?
of wine.
What'd you say, Cole?
I'm just going to drink my glass of wine.
Attaboy. That boxed wine, take it in. Hair? What are you talking about? Jamal had long hair?
Whenever Jamal is uncomfortable in a situation, he doesn't cut his hair. True story.
Wow, you're like emotionally connected to Jamal. That's
It's
impressive.
just an easy way to notice. Anyways,
Who the hell was his coach in New York? That's what's kind of
he had
Mike Woodson.
he had an afro midway through last season.
That was Woody was a coach for me.
Mike Woodson is correct.
Okay.
Really? He was there.
Absolutely. Keep in mind, Jamal had been in the NBA since like 1975, so he's played for a lot of people.
I know, but that is. God, this is where it really gets hard.
I mean, a little.
What?
We have more Clippers coaches on the
Like
line,
you are,
right?
Dan.
I'm looking. Granted, I have the answers in front of me. I feel confident that I would have been able to get 1, 2, 3,
All right,
I
we
was
don't
gonna
need to
say
show
Larry
off
Brown.
with your Clipper love.
5 of
You can
these.
call Chris Wallace and tell him how much you love the Clippers.
Is it who's up? Cole is up.
I think
Mine.
Cole's up. Yeah.
I was gonna say Larry Brown, but
That is correct.
oh, it is.
That's a good one. Dan, can I like ask for clues? I have are there
You get,
more?
I will give you. You can ask for a clue. Yes.
Are there more Clippers coaches on the vine, so to speak?
No, just Vinny Del Negro.
It's just Benny and Doc. All right.
Yep.
And then I think I have this correct, and I'm gonna go like his most recent. Was he Igor Kokoskov?
That is correct.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Cole, you can ask for a clue. You can take a strike and drink. Or you can get one
You
right.
drink it anyway.
The clue where he was prior to LA. Who was the coach?
That has already been guessed. where he was prior to LA, and that answer was Nate McMillan.
Yeah. I'm just going to take my drink.
Ooh, a flat strike. All right.
Man, I swear to, well, hold on a minute. We're going to have to go to the Golden State years. That's going to be, I don't think that's Don Nelson. Is it Don Nelson?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Don Nelson.
Nelly.
I will offer this up. All right. I will tell you, here are the teams that Jamal Crawford has played for in the NBA. He played for the Chicago Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Played for the New York Knicks. Played for the Golden State.
Coach.
He played for the Warriors. He played for the Hawks. He played for the Portland Trailblazers. He played for the Clippers. He played for the Timberwolves. He played for the Suns. And God willing, he will play for someone again. So let's continue on.
I can't figure out who the Bulls coach was for some reason. It is just not coming to my mind.
He played. Here's another hint for you. Jamal was on the Bulls for like 3 years. He played for 6 different coaches with the Bulls.
Holy, are you kidding me?
You can say shit. It's okay. Holy shit.
Holy shit. Well, since we're going to go R-rated, I think to fill the time, Dan, at some
you
point.
You work for The Athletic. You love to curse.
Oh, this shit is real. But, like, we need to I know it's your program. I don't want to take over, but at some point.
I'm open to notes. This is a pilot.
No, man, you got to tell the people, because we did this off air, like, Cole needs to talk about his middle finger in the background. That's just got to be part of it. Yeah, at some point, you guys pick the timing, but you got some stuff behind you that is begging to.
Cool stuff. I got,
Yeah.
How about we do it after he gets another question wrong?
Oh.
Well, he's drinking anyway. I think he's drinking anyway. I think if he gets one wrong, it should be a story. It should be, something attached to the memorabilia behind him.
Ooh, this is a good idea. I have a better idea. Okay, Cole. All right, your opponents drink when they get something wrong. When you get something wrong, you have to answer an NBA-related question. You have to be as honest about it as possible.
I think we both do that.
Danny, you know what? That gets dicey.
I like it. I know. I like it. I like it. All right. I will. Are you going to take a strike, or you should just guess and get it wrong? Just guess. Then you don't have to answer a question.
But man,
who coached the Chicago Bulls? Ever?
35 coaches. Phil Jackson. But that was
incorrect. Good guess. All right.
Well, had been he'd been around that long. He could have played for Phil.
You're very close. All right, Sam.
I think my timeline is off here, but Tim Floyd.
That is correct.
Yes.
All right. Tim Floyd is one of the coaches that Jamal Crawford played with the Bulls. Cole, back to you.
I might do strikes already.
You've got 2.
Got 2 and my wine is running low.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get a refill here in a few
You've
minutes.
got a garbage bag full of it.
Oh, I do. I'll just have to call my wife. She's watching The Real Housewives.
Oh,
there you go.
Of what city?
Minneapolis.
Name the city. Isn't there like 25 different ones?
It's a good show. I watch it too.
Ooh, look at that. Speak of the devil. We stepped our game up.
Nice.
Ooh,
hey, we have a bottle of that.
Can't be that good of a bottle then. You're a sports writer. All right, Cole, are you admitting defeat?
Can I get the bag, please?
Are you admitting defeat, Cole? Is that what's happening?
Yes, I am. That was like after my second guess.
All right. So I will give you the list. And the list is from Jamal. You should Google this. Watch Jamal Crawford rip these off. It's very fun. Tim Floyd, Bill Barry, Pete Myers, Bill Cartwright, Scott Skiles, Lenny Wilkins, Herb Williams, Larry Brown, Isaiah Thomas, Mike D'Antoni, Don Nelson, Mike Woodson, Larry Drew, Caleb Canellis, Nate McMillan, Vinny Del Negro, Dr. Rivers, Tom Thibodeau, Igor Kokoskov. So we got them all.
So there was like 1, maybe 2 others that I would have guessed.
I mean, Isaiah Thomas, D'Antoni, Scott Skiles.
Okay, 3. Herb Williams, like spent some time in New York with Herbie. Like didn't realize that he became the intern head coach at the time.
I don't remember the Herb Williams era with the Knicks. Cole, are you allowed to go back to Madison Square Garden, or has James Dolan banned you?
Ooh, I like this.
You know, I spent 2 years in New York. Some of the most fun times that I've had playing basketball. Listen, this is like, it's crazy. Playing in New York City,
yeah,
was awesome.
I bet.
My first year, it was Mike Woodson. We missed the playoffs by half a game. Paul Pierce was playing for Brooklyn at the time, and they played Atlanta. He missed free throws on purpose. Atlanta got the 8th seed. We missed it by like a half a.
Oh, so you and Paul Pierce have beef.
Big time, yeah.
Could you beat him in horse? He did not look good.
All day long, yeah.
Yeah, he did not.
So, I don't know. New York was just awesome. My second year in New York, we just sucked. We did. We were 17-65, and we had a bunch of role players, and Melo got his knee worked on, and everybody just kind of left, and it was rebuilt since.
I believe that year I was there at some point with the Clippers covering them, and I think the Clippers took that game so seriously that the night before they went to Madison Square Garden and a bunch of players filmed scenes for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like whatever, the reboot. I'm 80% sure that's true.
You know, we were above 500 after game 2.
I heard if we have no more sports till September, we'll probably get a 10-hour documentary about that team too.
I will tell you, fun fact, the first game back in Cleveland for LeBron, he lost because of us. We beat Cleveland in Cleveland. I think it was game 2, maybe game 3.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's with the Knicks, Cole?
Yeah.
Cole, did you have, I'm forgetting the timeline, had Ballmer bought the team by the time you joined the Clippers, or was that a Donald Sterling experience?
It was not Donald. It was
okay.
Steve had bought it.
I was going to say, because that would have been rarefied air to enjoy two of the worst owners in league history.
Dude, Donald would have loved Cole. He would have gotten invited to all the white parties. All right, let's move on to the next round. Okay.
That's terrible.
Okay, you're right.
As bad as your mustache is.
You are correct. Hold on. Sorry, I got an alternate beer here. Thank you. We've moved on now. We've graduated to –
I might have to have drunk neighbor John come deliver meal number 2.
Ooh,
fresh squeezed.
I like a good dispute.
Fresh squeezed IPA. Cole, next week I'll drink local, I promise. All right. So, Cole, you have a baby boy, correct? It's a boy?
3 months old.
Sam, you have 2 boys.
Not babies, but yes, we got 13 and 11.
13's a fun age. And then I have a 9-month-old son as well. We've all gone through the process of naming boys. This is the category that I chose. In 2019, the most popular name for a baby boy was Liam. Okay, fun fact. Cole was the 60th most popular name. Dan was the 68th. Sam was the 69th. So, suck it, Amick. I'm more interested, again, in the most popular baby names for boys born the year I was born in 1981.
Oh, shit.
I have the 25 most popular baby boy names from 1981. A simpler time, a time before Landon's and Caden's.
A time before Cole, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
A time before Cole.
Almost a decade. When
Cole was something you would get in your stocking and not something that would take jump hooks from the red block.
Man, you just took a hard left. You went hoops, and then you went baby registry.
Hey, all right. I will say the score is tied 1-1.
Okay.
There is $100 or $200 going to a charity of either of your choosings. $250, I'm sorry. Going to a charity related of, we will discuss this off air. I say, Cole, the show is yours. Cole Hard Cash is the name of the show. You go first, Cole. Give me a popular baby boy name in 1981.
Top 25. I'm going to go Steve.
That was literally my pick. That's amazing.
Steven was not one of the top 25 names.
What? I was legit going to pick Steven.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It was not. Not according to the website I went to.
All right.
Did you go to what website? Is this?
I just Googled baby names 1981 and I went to the first hit.
The intro.
The internet was barely around in 1981.
Well, they didn't cache it.
Did somebody just come back and here's my list of
anything that's on there that happened before the internet isn't real.
Okay, Sam, your guess.
I'm going to go with Jonathan.
Jonathan is a correct answer.
Thank you.
And I will tell you this. It is a double answer because you have John, O-H-N, and Jonathan with the A.
Okay.
Different names on this list. Other than that, though, it is mostly the full-on first name.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so Steven would be the name that would be on the list, though it is not on the list. Anyways, Cole, to you.
Peter.
Peter is not on the list.
What the hell were people naming their kids in 1980?
No, they're like every other normal
Bartholomew.
name. Every other normal name except these two.
I think the two most popular ever in the fucking world didn't get in 1981.
There we go. That's the kind of show this needs to be.
That's right. Sam Amick, to you.
I'm going to go with Michael, whatever version you want.
Michael, number 1 on the list.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course it is. But Peter, Steve.
Stephen Peter.
Cole, you gotta think biblical. Biblical.
Peter's in the Bible, ass.
Fair. That's,
pretty important character, actually.
He clearly didn't stand out.
You've denied that answer 3 times. All right, Cole, up to you.
I got 2 strikes, but
Do you want a hint?
Chad.
No, do you want a hint? Take a hint.
No, he said Chad.
Daniel.
No, take a hint.
Daniel.
He said
Okay,
Chad.
no, he said Daniel. That's correct. Daniel is on the list. All right, move it on.
I see how it is. Top 25.
The show's named Cole Hard Cash, not Suds with Sam. That could be the spinoff.
Let's do a little Andrew. Andy.
Andrew is on the list.
Beautiful.
Chad, get out of here.
What about Chaz? Can we talk about the old Lakers scout? Just as
I have a great Chaz story that we will share at some point on this podcast.
I'm telling you, you gotta get Cole telling stories, and then you gotta tell it to yourself.
We'll get there.
That's the magic.
Samuel.
Oh, that's a good guess. That's incorrect, Cole. You lose the premiere episode of Cole Hard Cash. Sam Amick wins the show. The Aldrich get Aldrich poorer. There's no problem with that. We'll figure it out. Oh my gosh, what a whirlwind!
Yes.
Here's what
are the names? I picked 3 of the most popular names ever.
Here's what you dopes missed: Christopher.
I missed nothing. I was undefeated.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Jason. David.
Not Steve.
Joshua. Not
Samuel.
Your next guess would have been like Mitch.
Chad. Where's Chad?
Can you
tell us what number?
These are all Minnesota names. These are all names of people that I've like hung out with in like St. Paul.
Oli? Is Oli on the list?
Ooh, we'll do
Lena.
We'll do an Ole Anderson Minnesota wrestling night. That'll be good. That'll be a good round. Joseph, Justin, Ryan, Brian, Joshua, James, William, Eric, Brandon, Adam, Nicholas, Jeremy, Anthony, Timothy, and Kevin. Out of those names, Kevin is probably the dopiest.
What
Steve, like what the hell?
How deep does your list go? And what number is Samuel? Oh no, Samuel was top 25 or no?
It was not.
Okay.
I can look this up real quick. Hey, Cole.
Egocentric.
I have a question for you. you were once briefly a Chinese citizen for basketball. What was that like, and what do you think it's like for American players now, trying to figure out whether or not to go back or not?
I actually have a buddy that is over in Beijing now. I told him he's crazy for going back.
Is
I hope
is
the
the money
CBA
that good?
starts up, but I just like.
Is the money that good? Like, is it worth it?
I mean, it is, but like, I don't know. I mean, I have a family, and it's just not something that I'm interested in doing. I went and played I was there for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up spraining my MCL, kind of just a fluke thing. Guy drove, got an and one. The other guy kind of chop blocked me in the knee, and that was it. And I mean, it's a different world. It is good money, but at the same time, it's very isolating.
Sure.
You're on the other side of the world, and it's no different than being in Europe, where you're away from your family and your friends, and to have them come over is just such a tall task, because if you're playing in China, you have to get a visa, and you have to have some paperwork in place to come over and visit.
Yeah.
Which, Sam, you covered a game when when I was with the Wolves, and it's very different. I wouldn't trade my experience for anything, because I got some great fucking stories, and I'm sure we could probably get to a few.
We're gonna do it.
But it's kind of one of those things that I experienced it. It's like swimming with sharks, and probably wouldn't do it again.
That's one of the team names, actually, swimming with the Shanghai Sharks. I think that there's lessons to be learned out of this pilot. Mostly that we should make the questions easier. So Steven, by the way, was 39th on the list of most popular boy names.
How do what list do you come up with when the internet wasn't even around?
Baby names, top 1000 year 1981. I can give you the 995th most popular baby name from 1981. Stephen was 39th. Samuel was 54th. The 900th most popular baby boy name in 1981 was Lazaro. Dope. 910, Stephanie. For a boy. I like that. That's cool. Cole, when you named your baby, what's your baby's name?
Nolan James.
Is that Nolan Ryan or no?
No.
See, here's the issue. We should have talked, because that baby for a long time is going to have to be like, oh, Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, that's a pretty old reference. Like, that's not what people are asking. That's a long time ago.
Is it because you loved competing against Nolan Smith when he was on the Portland Trailblazers?
So who was Daniel back in 1981?
Day Lewis. No, I have no idea.
Famous Daniels.
True story. My parents were going to name me Michael, which would have been amazing. I'm a huge Jordan mark. Very excited for Last Dance. Writing a ton about it. However, my parents had the foresight to not name me Michael, because does anybody know why? Mikey Woike would have been the worst to be Mikey Woike. Would have been awful. And that would have followed me forever.
But if you're like 7 years later, see, like me, I couldn't even tell you who that is.
Who? Mikey Woike?
Yeah.
Or Cole? What was Cole? What's the origins of Cole?
Some soap opera, some daytime soap. My dad was not happy. And then all of a sudden my grandpa was like, oh, the Cole Younger gang. And my dad was all on board after that.
Look at that. I think the best thing about naming a baby is, like, we talked about a lot. I was able to, like, kind of weed out what I thought were, like, the easy to make fun of names. Right? Like, that was sort of my job, was, like, they would give me a name. My wife, would give me a name, and I'd be like, oh, I knew. Like, she would really want Chase. Okay? It was a name my wife was, like, super into.
I like Chase. Yeah.
So full disclosure, I worked in Mississippi for a year with somebody named Chase. And Chase is a nice guy, but he had like the deep swoop haircut. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like the old Justin Bieber.
Like the really pronounced Southern haircut. And like, to me, that is a hard association. And so I had to put the kibosh on it. And we ended up with
the idea that you're judging anybody's hair right now. I'm having a very hard time.
It looks
just going to be.
What am I supposed to do? I can't do anything with it. I can't.
The other
lesson
learned.
Sam, you have a hat on.
Yeah, listen. I'm going to reveal, Cole. Shout out to Mrs. Amick. Today was her third haircut in as many days. She's never done haircuts, and I'm doing just fine, brother. It's short, it's tight.
You got a little bit of a fade.
A little fade.
Sam, to be fair, you've always looked kind of like a shitty Marine, anyways. So like, this is more just kind of like
a skinny Marine.
I know.
Yeah, like it was a hell of an experience. The one, for the folks watching at home and going through quarantine life and might be doing haircuts on their own. If you have clippers that you're not familiar with how to use them, I definitely advise to put oil in the clippers, because if you don't, call it oil, call it lubricant, which takes you to a different place. But my wife started shaving, and
Sam, hold on, I'm a reporter. Which did you use?
The tricky part about having a 13-year-old is that now the humor, like, he's just old enough. When you hear lubricant, he chuckles before you.
For sure.
Like that's what happens. So, but she's sitting there starting to do the trim, and I'm like, honey, this feels like you're just pulling my hair out. This is not what it's supposed to feel like. So we got through it. We got the oil in there, and she's been a champ ever since. We got 3 haircuts in.
Sam, you look like
that's all that matters.
Sam, you look like the accountant for the Marines. This has been super fun.
I'm gonna give you the Aldrich statue right here.
I think, hey, for episode 1 of what are we calling the show again? Cold Hard Cash.
Amick Hard Cash.
Yeah.
Yes.
For episode 1 of Cold Hard Cash, I think this was a pretty big success. I feel like we had some fun. We learned that Cole is bad at trivia. And so we may have to pivot and format.
You gave me sitcoms. Like,
I don't know. I had an idea. Like, Cole, so you're going to book next week's guest. I'm putting this on you. We are going to get some former Kansan, maybe a teammate, maybe a friend, maybe Bill Self. Who knows? This could go everywhere. We could have some fun with this. We're going to keep doing it because what else are we doing? And anyway.
Throwing a glass of wine down at like 5 o'clock.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Hey,
rules.
Sam, you are 1-0, by the way. You're the winningest contestant ever on Cold Hard Cash.
Well, and you know me well enough, Dan, that like I'm going to shoot my shot because I'm a reporter. It's what we do, and I'm not probably going to be back because I appreciate the kindness of being the pilot guest.
Tournament of Champions.
Yes, but I need to selfishly, before I get push the stage left, I'm going to ask Cole a question. Not to sound like a media guy, Cole, but like I haven't seen you in a couple years. No, Dan, don't huff at me, Dan. I'm curious. Cole, here's my question. We kind of alluded earlier to the chapter where I remember kind of saying hello to you in the locker room in the OKC days.
Yeah.
And the question that keeps going through my mind is that if I'm in your shoes, it has to have been interesting over the past couple of years that you were in that Thunder locker room during a time that was very special, and you had these young talents that were just finding themselves, and the Russes and the Kevins and the Jameses, and then now you've seen these different stories kind of sprout from that. I mean, that's a very broad question, but like, what is it like for you to have been in that room back then, and then to see Kevin from Golden State to Brooklyn, Russ in Houston, and so on and so forth? What thoughts might you have on that front?
I'll tell you, some of those days are the like most memorable days that I have playing because, I think about my time when I went to Kansas. My freshman year, we won the national championship. My first year in the league, we ended up losing to Dallas in the conference finals who ended up winning it. My second year, we get to the finals, lose to LeBron for his first ring.
Never heard of him.
So, I mean, those years are just like crazy to think about, where you have a guy like, say, Jamal, who played almost 2 decades, Vince Carter, who played over 2 decades, have never had that opportunity to play in the finals. And, you know,
Right.
here I am walking in as a young buck, my second year. We ended up losing it, which, you know, really was kind of a crapshoot, because that was back in the 2-3-2 days where we lost game 2 at home in Oklahoma City. KD drove from the left wing,
side.
pulled
Yep.
up, probably got
hit.
fouled, wasn't called, ended up costing us game. Now we got to go to Miami. We got to at least win one. They win the first, win the second. Now it's a closeout game. You know, it was tough, but, you know, in our minds, we were thinking like, this is what it's going to be. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
we're
Every year.
gonna be, you know, the modern day Warriors and all that. And all of a sudden, on a Saturday afternoon before practice, or, you know, after practice comes along, James, myself, and Daquan Cook and somebody else gets traded, Lazar Hayward. We all get traded to Houston. And it's a crazy thing, because, you know,
People call that the James Harden trade. I call it the Cole Aldrich.
trade. I will tell you, our last preseason game we had in Oklahoma City, we played Houston, and I like to think that, you know, I had a double, and
They showcased you. Yeah.
it was my trade. It was me.
Cole, you've played in nothing but functional locker rooms. We will get to that always and more on this, because why not?
We got nothing else to do.
Yeah. This has been really fun, guys. I appreciate it. I don't have the fancy Zoom account, so at some point we'll get kicked out of this room anyway, so I feel like I need to put a bow on it. Anyways, follow us all, Cole845 on Twitter. Cole, you're just mostly begging to do stuff on there. Sam Amick, you're mostly begging people to read stories at Dan Woike Sports. I'm mostly begging people to subscribe to the LA Times.
Which you should. I've been enjoying the LA Times coverage. And listen, I'm going to give you all a commercial, because we don't have news on our side. We're sports only. LA Times has been offering a public service when it comes to the COVID-19 situation. I'm on there every day, Dan. So you guys keep it up.
I appreciate you telling me how much better my colleagues are doing than I am. That's very sweet of you. I think
I'm paying for you. They're free right now, which is a part of the public service. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, this was super fun. Like I said, Tournament of Champions. Maybe we'll blow this out for the season finale. Who knows? I might get super drunk and come up with some better ideas. Who knows?
I need a rematch.
We might need a rematch.
Absolutely. I would love
All right,
to do
guys.
that.
Cole Aldrich, Sam Amick, thank you so much for making a dream come true. Cole Hart Cash. Awesome. Some charity's going to get $250. We'll hook up the Venmo, PayPal stuff down the road. And then we'll mostly now just get to keep drinking off air. So that's fun. So anyways, everybody be good, be safe. All right, take care.
Be safe out there.
Yeah, hang in there.